At that time, once again, everyone, so glad you could join us today. I tell you, you get films like this in indie cinema that are just, they're so fascinating, and I am talking about Hundreds of Beavers from director Mike Cheslick. This film, let me tell you, I didn't know what to expect. What's the story? Well, it's more than just about hundreds of beavers. It's about Gene Kayak, who ran an orchard. It was going very well for him, but this orchard then got destroyed thanks to the mischievous beavers in the area, and left destitute with no business, no money, and pretty much no clothes. We see how Gene works his way to trying to get first survive and then get revenge on the beavers who have destroyed his life by learning the ways of a trapper. But along the way, things get complicated as he catches the eye of the local furrier, and the beavers are planning something massive and don't have any time for Gene's shenanigans. And we see how the body count rises in hundreds of beavers. And by body count, I mean animal body count in here. This film is part live action, part animation, just melded together in hilarious fun. This is such a charming, wonderfully creative film. I was engrossed by it because I didn't know where it was going to go next, and neither will you. They put some wonderful gimmicks in here and running gags that worked. I was smiling quite a bit, and the Gene character is an interesting one. Now, Gene is played by Ryland Bickerson Coltuse, and such a great performance by him. You feel for this character, and this guy, he fails usually the first time he tries to do any trap, tries to, cook food, whatever. He's failing at first, but he keeps at it for survival, and I loved that. You don't often see that with a character. You see them kind of give up, but he doesn't give up. And it's such a well-written character, and especially when he gets into trying to learn the ways of a fur trader and then the other characters when they get in too. Just all of this so hilarious and entertaining. I was smiling from ear to ear for most of this film. Now, you also have in here some wonderful performances. Olivia Graves plays the furrier, and that's a character I didn't know where they were going to go with her. And they went to some places I did not expect at all. In wonderfully surprise fashion. Yeah, and that's what this whole film is. It keeps you on your toes, bucking expectations, I think. And there's a little bit of predictability in her, but not a whole lot, okay? They know how to do the timing and the editing, and the animation done in here is fantastic. Mike Cheslick does animation, and in here I loved how it had this kind of comic book feel, this old school cartoon, Looney Tunes type of feel to it. And speaking of Looney Tunes, all the animals portrayed in here are people in suits, which makes things even more hilarious when he's setting his traps and such. Yeah, it was so great. And oh, by the way, very little to no dialogue is spoken in this film. And you know me, and I love those type of films if they can keep you engrossed with no dialogue. And there's barely any dialogue in this film. There's a couple of musical numbers, and there's a lot of great music in here. And to tell this story through very little dialogue, through all pantomime and stuff, really adds to the comedy. So yes, watch Hundreds of Beavers. This is definitely an original, fun, spirited comedy, little mature, so maybe not necessarily for the younger folks out there, but if you're looking for something that has both art and a live action mixed together, you're gonna want to see Hundreds of Beavers. I'm gonna watch it again, I know for sure. And Mike Cheslick, it makes sense though, because Mike Cheslick was involved in Lake Michigan Monsters, so I loved that film too, and I really adored this one. So if you have seen Hundreds of Beavers, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this creative indie film. And yeah, thank you so much for helping us get to partner. I appreciate your guys' views. It's helping us quite a bit. We can do super chats now and all that other fun stuff. So, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We are trying to get to 3,000 subscribers or more before the end of 2024. Can only do that with your help. So thank you very much. Until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.